Hey y'all, hey. I'm back, and I am back with a story time for y'all. So, today's story time is going to be the time I got gifts from a stranger. Yeah, gifts from a stranger. So, I was working in office, right? And we worked, we did like fingerprints, background check, and I remember answering the phone that day, and it was a how we call them people? We call them customers. Dang, what we call them? I don't know. I forget what we call them. God dog. But this person, was on the phone, and I, he was a vendor. So I work for the school board, and then it's either you work for the school board or you work as a vendor. Vendors coming on to the school board. You have to basically get approved to come be on school grounds, school campuses, anything, school buildings, whatever. You had to be a vendor to be on our premises, school grounds, whatever. So it's this vendor. He had been a vendor for quite a while. He had been a vendor for some years, to where like he was used to our old processes where you just came in, get fingerprinted, but now we had switched over to outsource that stuff, right? So basically you would have to log online, do all the good stuff online. So he called in, and he's just like, he's having trouble. He was an older guy. He was an older Caucasian. Not that Caucasian have anything to do with it. Just I'm just setting the scene up. But so he was much older, and he called in, and he frustrated, like, I don't know how to do this, and you guys changed your process, and why would you change your process? I've been doing it this way for a long time, and now y'all changing the process. I was like, sir, but it's nothing that we can do. I mean, this is, you have to go online. Well, I don't know how to do this. Like, he was like really nasty. Like, he was nasty. And he just kept saying, I don't know how to do this. And I said, well, sir, unfortunately, maybe you can, you know, um, get a family member to help you, to assist you. Well, I don't have a computer and that, and this and that. And I was like, well, then maybe you can go to a library. Maybe you could do a library. And he just kept going on, just being just real nasty. So, um, he, I don't know if he was at a computer. I can't remember it correctly. I don't know, but the way he was this nasty, like, God, like, so now I ain't trying to be nasty back with you, but now I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm gonna talk a little stern with you, since you, this the way you talking. So you want to bring that energy, then I'm gonna bring it back. So, sir, unfortunately, listen, this is the way it is. If you can't, if you can't do it, then you would have to get somebody to help you. Well, I'm older, and I don't know how to do this, and I don't know, something in me just switched, and I said, you know what? Because this could be somebody great uncle, this could be somebody granddaddy, this could be somebody daddy. So I said, you know what? Here's what I can do for you, against my better judgment. I said, here's what I can do for you. If you're able to come here to the office, we have an extra computer that you could use, and I could help you and walk you through the process. And baby, I don't do that, because that means I got to talk to people. That means I got to sit with you And I don't know what led me to tell him he could do that. So when I told him, I said, listen, you come up here, just ask for me, and I will assist you, walking you through the process. Because then, too, he needed to make payment. He didn't know how to do none of that. So I said, okay, just ask for me when you get there. You know, his voice kind of toned down a little bit, after I got a little stern with him. I can't remember the conversation verbatim, but when I got a little stern back with him, that tone came down a little bit. And then it came all the way down once I said, hey, look, you can come on in and I'll assist you. No problem. So fast forward, I think he came in. Y'all, I got my little Starbucks because I got to have my Starbucks. So I don't know how long. Someone texting. Maybe I should turn that down. I should. But actually, it's connected to my phone. The car. I don't feel like doing all that. But I don't know how long after the phone call. It was the same. It was the same day. I just don't know how long after the call. But he ended up getting there, and the girls was just like they knew too that my other coworkers. When I say the girls, my other coworkers knew too that you helping somebody like that. So when he got there, they was like, the girls was just like, oh, your people's here. So I ended up. He's like, oh, you're Anita. Like, yes, I'm Anita. Like, okay, nice to meet you. So I walked him to not in our office space, but there was a room before the office space. So I walked him out there and got on the computer with him, and just sat and logged him in, had him answer each security clearance question, like all the questionnaire. I set him up. He made the payment, and once he made the payment, I don't know if we fingerprinted him there or he still had to go someplace else to fingerprint because it's outsourced. I think that's what it was. I think he had to go someplace else to be fingerprinted, but at least I set him up and he got his appointment to be fingerprinted. So after we finished the process, hold on. After we finished the process, the guy was like, oh, that's it? That's all? I'm like, yep, that's it. That's all. And he was like, oh, that was quick. And he was like, oh, thank you. Like, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I said, no problem. So, yeah, because many people, they didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. No, you realize how you talk to me on that phone. But he was like, no, many people don't have to do that. Like, and you could tell, you little frail, little older man. You know what I mean? So, it make you feel good. You do something for somebody nice. Just do something nice. So the guy was just like, oh, so your name's Anita, huh? I'm like, mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So, you're here all the time. You're, mm-hmm. So he's asking me like different little questions that's just kind of, it just wasn't like sitting right with me a little bit. So I don't know if he referenced my hair. I don't know if he referenced my hair. I think he may have said something along the lines of, "Oh, your hair is nice." Um, oh, it was my nails. He says your nails are nice. At the time, they probably had some kind of design or something on it, probably a little longer than what I'm wearing now. And he was like, "Oh, your nails are nice. So you get those done," which was strange for an older Caucasian man to be asking me that. So I'm like, oh boy, okay. I ain't want to jump to conclusions, but He was like, yeah, they're nice. How often do you get them done? This is what I'm saying in my mind too, because listen, I don't do the talking stuff. Listen, I help you do what you got to do, and maybe it's time for you to go ahead and leave because yeah. So he's like, yeah, how often do you get them done? Like, how much are they? So now at this time, I just start walking him back into the office with the other girls because I don't know if I'm feeling uncomfortable, but let me just get back into the other room, with the other girls. And now at this point they can hear him talking. And he's like, "Oh, well, do you go to lunch?" I want to say no, I don't eat. I really want to say no, I don't eat. Cause I'm like, I'm just genuinely confused. Like, what are you asking? He said, "You go to lunch?" I was like, "Yeah, I have my lunch already." He's like, "Yeah, but I really want to thank you. Can I take you to lunch now?" I was like, "No, but I'm working. I can't. I say, I'm assisting folks just like how I assisted you. I got to get back to assisting the folks." He said, "Yeah, but I really want to repay you. Is there a time that we can maybe like do dinner or something?" I say, "No, sir, that's not necessary." I said, "This is my job." I said, "This is my job. It's not necessary. Yeah, but I want to repay you in some kind of way." Now the girls, they sitting around, they listening, and we worked together for so long. I know that, like, I know their body language and stuff. So they're listening, and they rolling inside, and I can see them walk back and forth. I can see, hear them. I can hear them do all of that, right? And I'm trying to, just not laugh at this point with this man. I'm just trying to keep a straight face. He was just like, "Yeah, but I really want to. Well, let me pay for you to get your nails done." I said, "No, sir, that's really not necessary. You do not have to pay for my nails. You do not have to give me no lunch. This was my job. I don't mind doing it. I helped you out." He said, "No, but I insist. I insist. I insist." I said, "No, it's okay." So finally, after we probably sat there for like a good 10 minutes for him trying to convince me. Then he was just like, well, he started explaining to me why he was a vendor for the school board. Like, he come on campus, he talks to the young kids, he has like what do you call that? Oh, when they sell, when the kids get them little catalogs and they sell like candy and stuff, fundraiser. So he goes into school and he has the kids do like little fundraiser stuff. So he has all this little fundraiser whatever stuff he got going on with the school. So he was just like, "Well, you know what? Since you won't let me buy you lunch, or you won't go to dinner, or you won't let me get your nails done, because I could." That's what he did. He offered to take me to go to the nail salon to. And I was just like, he was like, "Okay, well, since you won't let me do any of that, then I'll just go ahead and I'll send you something. Since I know where you work, I'll send you something." Again, sir, that is not necessary. I don't need it. "No, but I'll send you something. I'll send it here." And I'm just like, "Okay," because we kept going back and forth. So I was just like, "Okay, no problem. I'll accept it." Just so he could just go ahead and get out. I wasn't thinking that he was going to do it. I just thought, okay, the situation is over. So I don't know how long after that. I don't know if it was a couple days. I don't know if it was a week. I don't know. I don't know how long the time had went by. I came to work, and um the security rung the phone and says, "Hey, look, there's calling for me. Say, hey, Nita, there's a guy at the front who's here to see you." And I'm like, "Somebody who here to see me?" I'm like, "Who is it?" And we were kind of like cool with the security, and the security was just like, "Oh, it's just an older white gentleman." I was like, so let him come on back. This man, I don't. I can't. I think it was a basket. I think he had a basket full of stuff. So, like before he got back there, the girls they knew he was coming, and they back there clowning me. So first off, they was clowning me from when he had left, trying to get me, to go to lunch and stuff with him. They were clowning me like, "Oh, you got a boyfriend? You know what I mean? That little old white man, you know." They were saying little stuff like that. So we all in there laughing and whatever. So now fast forward, now he come in there with the basket. They really in there chuckling, like I'm talking about chuckling to the point where it really wants me to laugh. What a cute little doggy. It I so I started taking the stuff out. He was helping me. He got me just little pieces of everything, like a lot of his stuff from his fundraiser, like cookies, candies, chocolates, all kind of little different stuff. I know one of them was a pink hoodie, a pink hoodie sweat, a long sleeve. It was pink hoodie, and I think it may have been a cup. I think it was just a whole bunch of goodies in this box. When I tell you them girls clown me, some of the stuff was good, and then some of the stuff was just like but when I tell you they clowned me. And he was standing there for so freaking long, man. Like he was standing in there long. And he even asked again, "Can I please take you to go get your nails done?" And I really wanted to say, "Sir, it is not that type of party here, okay?" Because one thing about it, don't they say them old men got worms? I'm just playing. I'm just joking. So I really want to tell this man, listen, it's not that kind of party because you ain't finna do it. But you trying to, okay, let me leave that alone. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, a little stranger came up there and gave me some little gifts, and man, they would never let me live that down. They never ever, the girls never ever let me live that down. And then like, because I was like, oh, and it's a pink hoodie. I don't know how. I don't know if I can't remember if the man asked me what color what was my favorite color, but it's just odd that it was pink, that he bought a pink hoodie. And we all in there just eating a little stuff, eating a little candy, going through it, and it's like, oh, okay, this, and he had some stuff in there, so we was all going through it, and they was like, "You gonna wear that hoodie?" I was like, "No, I ain't gonna put this hoodie on." Like, no, I'm like, this going in the garbage. So what I look like getting something from this little old man, but we eating food though. But how about that same week, at the end of the week, who had that hoodie on at work? And they clowned me. It was like, "Oh, you got on your little boyfriend shirt? You got on the shirt your boyfriend bought you?" But when I tell you, they never let me live that down. When I tell you, this man was just absolutely he was just nasty over the phone. I mean, like, when I tell you he was nasty, but let me tell you something. People be nasty, but soon as you match their level, because baby, I matched it. Because you're going to bring it on down. Like, especially when I'm trying to help you, you're going to bring it on down. And he brought that thing down. So I don't know. Um, Sir must have said, "Ooh, I like that. Feisty." But baby, you ain't gonna like nothing over here. And that's all you gonna get. That's all you gonna like is that little feistiness. Boy, I tell you. Yeah. And when I tell you, it's so embarrassing. It was just like embarrassing. This man came in there with all them gifts, and he going through the box, the basket right on there with everybody, and they clowning me in the background, and they walking around just snickering, and you know what I mean. It was just like, yeah. So that's the time I received gifts from a stranger. Yeah. So that is my story time, and I will be back with another story time for y'all. Okay? So until then, thank y'all for watching. Subscribe to my channel and see y'all.